So we're up at the top of the mat, feet together. Big toes are touching, but maybe a little space between the ankle bones. So that way you know the arches of your feet are lifted. We're going to hold our heads high and we're going to work on the breath. So we're just going to take a couple of moments here and just breathe in and breathe out through the nose. Yeah, breathing in, breathing out through the nose. Just allowing yourself to center and be right here, present. Ready for your practice. And then on top of that breath, we layer in some movement. And so we'll keep it simple to start. On the inhale, let your arms rise up over your head. Hi. I already squeezed your husband. I'll get you later. Exhale, arms come down. Let's do it again. Inhale, both arms reach. And then exhale, bring the arms back down. See if you can time it. Slow the breath down a little bit so you're not rushing the movement. That's it. And exhale, bring it down. That's it. Reach up to the sky, big. Inhale, look up. And then exhale, forward fold. Fold all the way over. That's it. Beautiful. Halfway lift on the inhale. And then fold again on your exhale. And then let's rise with a flat back. Come all the way to standing. Reach the arms up. And then the hands come right back to the heart. Good. We'll move on. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Soften your knees, please, and touch your fingertips down onto your mat so you can take a big lunge with your right foot. The right foot lunges to the back of the mat, and then just simply put that right knee down. Good. Now bend the left knee a little more so that you can come a little deeper into the hips, and maybe you even slide your right knee back just a little. There you go. Good. Lift onto your fingertips, and then lift your arms up over your head. That's really nice. Keep the arms reaching high overhead. Think about the biceps near the ears, maybe even the arms a little wider, and then pull them back even further so you can feel the chest broaden. That's it. Maybe tip your ears back a little bit. Look up toward your fingers and see if you can lean back slightly. Good. Take a breath here. And then exhale nice and simple. Put the right hand on the mat, put the left hand on your knee, and then take a twist over to the left side. So the hand right above the knee, pushing into the leg bone and helping you to access your obliques a little bit more. This would be a place that you could definitely assist from the shoulder, not from the hand. Yeah. Let's take one more breath and then twist a little deeper. And then the eyes go down, the hands go down. We step into our first plank. Tuck the right toes, step your left leg back, hold. Keep the gaze slightly in front of the mat so the neck feels long. And take a deep breath in. On the exhale, lower slowly forward and down onto the belly. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, down dog. So we're moving beautifully today. I see a gentleness in the way you're approaching your body. Make sure you keep that breath flowing free. Let's push back a little from the hands, maybe push back from the chest. You could try to straighten your legs a little bit here. You might notice the back of the legs feel a little tight, especially this early in the practice. Try bending the right knee and letting the right hip drop a little bit so you can focus a little more length into the left leg. And then switch. So the left hip drops a little as the left knee bends. And take a breath there, and then go ahead on the exhale and push back. Both legs straighten. And as you're exhaling, look forward and walk your feet to the top of the mat. Bring the feet together, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Good. Bend your knees, sink your hips, chair pose. First one of the morning. Let's kind of hot today, so I don't know how many we'll do, but make this one a good one. Good. Push through your feet. Come all the way to standing. Reach up, and then pull your hands right into your heart. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Keep following your breath. As you exhale, forward fold, just moving and breathing. Good. Halfway lift on the in-breath. Good. Soften the knees so you can touch down, and then that left leg takes that big lunge back. You can put the left knee down and just settle into the lunge. Sometimes it feels nice to slide the left knee back a little further or bend the right knee a little bit deeper. And then we lift off of the fingertips and let the arms rise up overhead. And be careful that you're not trying to squeeze the arms too close to the ears. Why don't you open the arms a little bit wider and then pull back. I want you to feel your chest open up here, just a little bit. There's a lift in the sternum. Maybe your gaze goes up between your fingers. Yeah, just like that. And as you're reaching up, looking up, all of that upward energy, bend the right knee just a little bit deeper. Yeah, just touch it. And then slowly put your hand down. The left one on the mat, the right one on your knee. And we twist to the right side. And it's not the elbow on the knee, it's actually the hand on the leg so that your elbow can actually point toward the sky. And you have the option to take your arm and reach up to the sky as well. Whatever it takes to feel like you're creating space in your body. You're dropping into your hips and opening wide across your chest. You can feel the muscles around the rib cage turning you. And if you push into your left hand, you might be able to open that right chest a little more. And then just simply look down, place your hand down, and we come into that plank pose. Left toes tuck, right foot steps. Hold for just a moment, find your breath. And then lower down nice and slow, all the way to the belly. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. And so for those of you that are assisting, when we're moving through the sun cells, it's not so easy to make it assist, but in the 5 breaths of down dog, that might be a moment that you could get in there. You might be able to help someone straighten their legs or put your feet next to theirs so that they can sink their heels. Take one more breath. And then as you exhale, look forward. Let's walk to the top of the mat. Feet come together. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold deeply as you exhale. Good. Again, bend the knees, sink the hips. Let's reach our arms high to the sky. Arms go up. Tail draws down. We sit a little bit lower if we can. And then push through both feet. Come all the way up. And then bring the hands right back to your heart. Doing great. Inhale, let's reach. Arms go up. Drop the right arm down by your right side and take a little stretch over to the right. Yep, just like that. You're reaching down a little bit with the right arm, reaching up a little with the left, so you're expanding a little more space on your left side body. And then lift the right arm up and take it up and over to the other side. Yep, just like that. So we reach down a little, we reach up a little bit, like expanding out of the rib cage. Root down through your feet so you can feel a little more expansion, up and over. And then left arm rises. And we simply take our hands behind the back. Interlace all of your fingers together. Take a deep breath and lift your chest. Open up wide across the chest. Breathe in and then exhale, fold. Try to keep the shoulder blades squeezing back. That's it. The arms can lift a little bit away from your back as the head drops down. Nice work. Knees can be a little soft here, or you could try to press your legs back and make them a little straighter. And then we're going to release the grip on the hands. Let your arms hang for a second. And then lift halfway, inhale. Fold deeply, exhale. Bend your knees, sink your hips, chair pose. Push through the feet, come to stand. Reach long and tall through your body. And then bring the hands right back to your heart. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Let's fold right in. Lift halfway on the in-breath. And then go ahead and take it into plank pose. We're going to stay in the upper push-up. Roll over onto your right side so you're facing left. You can put one foot in front of the other or stack them on top of each other. This would be a good place to pull somebody's wrist, maybe. Give them a little bit of lift, a little bit of space. Yeah. And after all of you that are working, push down into the earth and lift your hips a little higher. Good. See if you can broaden your chest a little more. Head back, maybe. Yes. And then return to plank, nice and slow. Roll it over to the other side. Take your time. As you push down into the edges of your feet, you try to lift your center. Reach high to the sky with that arm, and then broaden the chest. Push down through your left. Make space. And then eyes go down, the right hand comes down, and you can lower yourself down all the way to the belly. Good, we're gonna stay on the belly for a moment. I'd like you to move your hands back just a couple of inches. So the heel of the hand feels like it's by the lower part of your rib cage. Good. And then press into the tops of your feet and come into a cobra pose. You're gonna just lift the chest, lift the ribs, try to keep the hips and the belly on the mat. Squeeze your shoulder blades back. Lift the crown of your head just a little more. Yeah, just like that. And then go ahead, lower it back down. On the next inhale, we rise again. Chest comes up, collarbones widen, elbows squeeze, and then pick up your right leg behind you. Not just bending the knee, pick up the whole leg, not just the foot. Yes, from there. And then put that down. Put everything down, chest down, head down, yeah. And then again, inhale, cobra. Just feel the back muscles working. Left leg starts to lift up behind you. It's long and straight. You feel it in the glute. Beautiful work. And then go ahead, put that leg down, put the head down. Let's tuck our toes and push up and back into downward facing dog. Okay. Right foot steps up to the right hand, left foot turns flat, Virabhadrasana 1. That's it. So we come on up facing forward. We're going to really pay attention to the work in the back foot. And so the back foot has to be grounded. The pinky toe edge of that back foot is grounded. And as you push into the back foot, turn your chest plate a little more forward. Yeah, just like that. And then go ahead and see if you can reach the arms. Think today, usually I want biceps near the ears, but today like YMCA. Like just go a little bit bigger. Yeah, everybody knows what that is. Now pull back from the armpits. Pull back from the armpits. Feel the chest broaden. Feel the tissue across the chest stretching. Reach with your fingers like you mean it. Yes. Take a big inhale here. And then let's take the arms down and behind the back. Keep the chest open. We'll clasp our hands together and fold into a humble warrior. So we bow our heads humbly. Squeeze a little bit on the outer hip. Look at your back foot. Try not to let your head fold in toward the center of the mat, but instead let your head hover over your right big toe. Keep the hips square and then bend your right knee deeper so your tailbone drops. Yep. Stay there. Let's start to rise with an inhale. Head comes up. Arms release. They come up. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, take a flow. Hands come down. Step back lightly. Lower slowly. Breathe in for cobra. Feel how strong your back is. Don't overdo the arms. Exhale, release, and find your way to down dog so we can come into warrior on the other side. The left foot steps up, the right foot turns flat. Keep some of your focus on the back foot. That right heel is down. And it's grounded. It is the foundation of the pose. So we keep that back foot on the ground. We keep the right leg straight. And then we turn the chest plate forward. There's a little bit of like a tug of war going on at your psoas, because the leg is pushing back and your chest is trying to turn forward. So just kind of feel what's going on there. And then open up a little space, like reach open with the arms. Pull back from the armpit chest. Reach with your fingers. They're not like little loose, soft fingers. They're fierce fingers reaching to the sky. Take another breath here. And then keep the arms back, but drop them behind you. Clasp your fingers together. Maybe the other index finger goes in front. And then we fold. humble warrior. Lots of attention stays on that back foot. We let the head drop down over the left big toe. There is a feeling of squeezing a little bit around the outer hips. And then if you see anyone has like kind of turned their head toward the right edge of the mat, assistant, see if you can get them straight. Square their hips. Get in there. You don't have a lot of time, you know? And then we're going to bend that left knee, and we're going to rise up slowly. Come on up. Lift your head, lift your chest, reach your arms. Let's take a breath. And on the exhale, take your flow. The hands come down. We step back lightly and lower, nice and slow. Good. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale, down dog for just a moment. And then I want you to shift your weight forward into tabletop. So we're coming into tabletop pose. That's just hands and knees. That's it. And then we extend the right arm forward and the left leg back. There's a moment there where you have to catch your balance. And that balance is going to come from your core. It's going to come from inner stability. It's also going to come from rooting down. So if you see anyone sinking into their left shoulder, help them come up out of the left shoulder. She's doing fine. Yeah, we're going to push down and we're going to lengthen out. Lengthen out. Now keep the arm and the leg really straight, but go ahead and touch them down onto the earth. Good. And then inhale, pick them back up. We're going to do that a few more times. Keep them straight, lower them down, and then lift on the inhalation, lower slowly on the exhalation. Good. Each time you maybe come up a little bit higher, work the back body. That's it. And then the next time you're up, hold. Lift a little higher. And then bend the left knee, reach back with your right hand, make the bind. Sometimes people need help making the bind. If they're doing fine, leave them alone, right? And then keep the gaze forward. Push into the left hand so there's no collapse, and then kick up and back with that right leg. We're not pulling the foot toward ourselves. We're not pulling toward the glute. We're trying to extend the leg straight out back behind us. That's it. Keep lifting from the knee. Get that left knee a little higher. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. That's it. And then let it go gently and just fold into a child's pose for a moment. Just let your back curl the other way. Tailbone toward the heels. And then reconnect with your breathing. All right. So on the next inhale, we return to tabletop pose. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Belly button in, pushing the earth down and away. And then it's left arm forward and right leg back. You got to maintain all of that foundational work. It's really easy to collapse in this pose, but I want you to stay grounded. And then we're going to keep the arm and the leg really straight, but lower them slowly, touch the floor, the ground. And then inhale, come on up. It's not an in and out action, it's a down and up action. Yep, just touch down, and then inhale, lift back up. Reach high, and then slowly exhale as you lower them back down. Good. You guys got that. And the next time you're up, stay. See if you can lift a little higher. And here's a trick. Look at your left hand, and then lift your bicep to your ear. Good. Bend the right knee, reach back with the left hand, make your bind. And if anyone's having trouble making the bind, help them. Yeah. And so what's happening here is the action and the strength of the right leg is opening up your left chest. Laura. Yep. And so we kick up and back. You even spread the toes. Open wide across the chest. Lift through the crown of your head. Try not to collapse into that right shoulder. Push it down. And then release carefully. Good. Return to a child's pose. Soften. Just soften. Even if you can't bend your knees deep into a child's pose, you can tuck your tailbone toward your heels. You can stretch out around the sacral ligaments. That's it. And then when you're ready, come back up into your tabletop, and we'll revert that into a modified side plank. So stay on your left hand and your left knee, but roll onto your left side so you can take your right arm to the sky. Beautiful. Keep pushing down with the left hand, reaching up with the right, and extend your right leg to the back of the mat. That's it. Now, belly in, tailbone in. Let's lift the right leg. Lift it as high as your hip. And then maybe 5 times. I want you to pick it up on the inhale, lower it slowly on the exhale. Just working a different part of your body, that medial glute. There's probably a little burn there. Keep the core stable. Maybe each time you go a little higher than the hip. Ooh, you feel that. I know you feel that. When you've reached 5 of those, keep the leg up, and then bend your right knee. Reach back with your right hand, actually, and see if you can create another back bend here. Hips forward, head back, chest wide. Let the leg pull the shoulder back. Yes, there's so much power in the leg, and it'll open up the hip flexor. It'll open up the shoulder. And if you can maintain your balance, it feels amazing. And then we have to let go gracefully. Put the hand down, put the knee down. Let's just take it right to the other side. We don't need a child's pose in between. We're completely switching. We roll it onto our right knee, our right hand, and extend the left leg back. See if you can float that left leg for a moment. Just get your balance, integrate the core, and then it's up on the inhale and slowly down on the exhale. Keep the core. Try to lift that heel a little higher than your hip. So good. The core is fiery, so you're probably sweating, even if you're not in the sun. Next time you're up, hold. Bend the knee, reach back with your left hand. See if you can make the bind. My favorite way to bind here would be with the palm facing up on the arch side of your foot, the big toe side of your foot. So then as you pull back, the arm is externally rotated and more free to open and extend behind you. Maybe the head drops back, hips forward. There we go. All right, so try not to fling, release slowly. The hand comes down, the knee comes down. Let's tuck our toes, and then float the knees for just a moment. One inhale while you float there in tabletop, and then extend your legs into downward facing dog. So good. Walk your hands to the back of the mat so your hands are going to your feet. Feet are hip distance apart. Let's roll up like a rag doll this time. Knees bend a little bit. Belly in, stack your spine. Just take your time. Just a reintegration of your posture. All right, let's take the hands onto the hips and let the thumbs feel for the bony part of your spine. So if you're behind me, you can see right around here, this is your sacrum, and we can actually change the way the pelvic tilt is. If you're behind me now, you can see my thumbs are right here on this bony, it's this flat structure at the bottom of the spine. We're gonna use our thumbs to push down gently. And once that's in place, we're gonna use the thumbs to keep it there. We don't want the tailbone to stick out here. We're protecting our lower back by lengthening the lumbar curve and then lifting up out of the rib cage. Lift under your armpits, lift your rib cage now. Squeeze your elbows back. See if you can get the collarbones to rise and then take your gaze up. It feels a little bit like your legs push back, but your glutes push forward, and then you keep lifting up out of the spine. You have to just keep making the body grow a little taller. The gaze can go up. Elbows are squeezing back. If the back body is toning, the front body's opening. That's it, just make some space. And then return to neutral. Nicely done. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift on the in-breath. And then just walk out into a down dog. It's a transitional moment. We're not going to stay. But the right foot's going to step forward and you'll stay on your left toes. So show me a high crescent lunge. Come on up. Arms up overhead. And this time, if you would, bend your elbows. And if you can't grab opposite elbows, you can grab forearms. It's okay, you can grab wrists. We all have different proportions here. But what I want you to do again is just pull back from the armpits. Pull the elbows back behind the head as much as you can. That's it. So just start to allow a little more space across the chest and under the arms. And then go ahead and lift up higher on your left toes. Bend your left knee really deep. Almost let it touch down on the mat. And now lean everything back. Pull from the elbows. Draw the tailbone down. That's it. Just feel the front body long. Take one more breath. And then the arms are just going to go straight up. The leg straightens and we release our hands back to the mat. Good. You can step right into down dog. We can skip the vinyasa. Take a big inhale and an open mouth exhale. Yeah, like let out a little tension. And then let's try the other side. Left foot steps up. Stay on your right toes. That's a high crescent lunge. So the back foot is lifted. The heel is lifted. You want to actually feel the same amount of weight on your big toe that you do on your pinky toe. So that foot is really coming up and you're using the lateral border. Good. Go ahead and grab opposite elbows or forearms. Make a little bit of room and then start pulling back. Start pulling back from the elbows. Start lengthening from the upper arm bone. That's it. And then we'll make sure that we're a little bit higher on the right toes. Bend the right knee. See if you can get that knee to hover over the mat. Heel is up behind you. That's why. Got to get that heel up. And now tuck your tailbone and lean back. Ooh, you can feel it. The whole side of the body. That whole right side long from the knee to the elbow. Feel that length. So good, everyone. Take one more breath. And then we release it. The arms go up. We straighten our legs, and then we take a flow. Hands down. This time, step back and lower. Breathe in for your cobra. And then breathe out as you go to down dog. Okay. How are we doing? We're okay? We're getting a little woo? Yeah? Okay. All right, come up high on your toes. And then softly drop both knees. Walk your hands back to your knees and then come on up to stand on your shins. You might need to double your mat. If that hurts your knees on the cement, just take the front of your mat and then pull it back so you double it under the knees. Yep. And then tuck your toes for me. So the toes are tucked under. And then once again, I want you to take your hands on that sacrum, like on that part of your lower back. We want to make sure that we're not doing a back bend that looks like this, like tailbone out, and then we just go back. That's really a lot of pressure in the lumbar spine, so watch what happens if we can draw the tailbone down and we can lift up. Then we can take a smaller back bend that's actually bigger because it accesses more space in the spine. So we want to maintain that support in the base and that lift in the top, and then maybe we look up at the sky. Now gently push into your toes and send your hips a little more forward. You feel that little extra And then come on out, put your hands back on the floor. Let your head hang forward for a moment. We're not going to stay long, just a moment to give your spine a break and let your neck hang. And then we're going to come into a couple variations of camel pose. And so we walk the hands back again, come to stand on the shins. Our toes are tucked, and then the right hand goes around to touch the right heel. Now that side is not the back bend. That side is the support. So that arm is there to keep you from going back too far. And then I want you to take the left bicep to the ear, start opening up from the armpit, and start doing your back bend on the left side. If your toes are tucked, you might actually get a better hold on your heel. So if the toes are pointed back, the heel is lower. If you tuck the toes under, you could probably reach better. That's it. Try not to lean to the right. If you see anyone leaning to the right, help them do the back bend on the left. That's it. Eyes to the sky. And then pull in from the core, come back, rest your hands on the floor, let your head hang forward. That's it. Well-deserved rest. We're not going to get stuck in it too long. Just take a long breath. And then walk your hands back to your knees and we try the other side. Toes are tucked, left hand goes to the left heel. Right bicep to the ear. And then maybe a little wider. Pull open from the chest. Pull back through the right arm. Eyes to the sky. Remember your hips are forward. Your chest is lifting. Try not to scrunch into the lower back. It's about lifting and making space. Maybe dropping that head back a little bit. And then pull in from the core and return both hands to the floor. Good. Take a dancing lion here. Like a little bit of movement. Just like let all of those joints, all up and down the spine, the hips, the shoulders, everything, the feet, everything gets a little bit of a break. Swirl around. And make sure you go in the other direction. Everything moving. Okay. Find your center. Belly button in. Tuck your toes. And then come back into a down dog. All right. Right foot steps up, stay on your left toes. We'll rise into high crescent lunge. Try to remember some of the things that you've been feeling here. Bring the hands into heart center. We're going to lean into the right leg. Feel a lot of weight go into the right leg, and then very slowly lift the left leg up behind you. That's it. Now once you have your balance, here's a little balance challenge. Take the arms down along your side body, and then lift your arms higher than your body, lift your leg, lift your head. Work the back body. We've been in it the whole time, so you can get the back of the shoulders, the glute, to start lifting. Lift your gaze. And then hands to heart, bring your feet together. Nice work. Arms reach, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. We're just going to play with that on the other side. Halfway lift. Inhale. Take your flow. You can skip anything you want to here or add anything you want to, and we meet in down dog. Yep. I love it. I see some people completely skipping the whole thing and other people adding 10 push-ups, you know? And that's just how it should be in a class like this. Now the left foot steps up. We'll stay on the right toes. And we come on up for high crescent. Good. Once you feel like you have your balance, hands come to heart center. We shift a little weight forward so we can ground more deeply through the left leg. Once we feel our weight in the front leg, the back leg can lift slowly. Yep, just come on up. If you have your balance here, extend the arms alongside you and then start lifting the arms, lifting the leg, lifting the head, lifting the chest. That's it. We're creating a back bend here. Degasana, airplane pose. And then just bring your hands back to the heart, step your feet together. Good. We're going to stay here for just a moment. Catch your breath. Hold your head high. Feel both feet on the ground. And I'd like you to stand in your right leg and bend your left knee. So just like your foot is behind you. And remember that grab we had earlier in the back bend when we were doing the bind. You're going to take your left hand and grab the inside of your foot. So you grab the big toe side of your foot so your palm is facing out. And remember how we were kicking back in all those binds earlier, so the leg was actually opening the chest. That's what we're going to do here. We're going to start to kick back with the left foot, and as we kick back, then maybe we start reaching forward with the right arm. You got to kick back as much as you reach forward to maintain your balance. There's equal amounts of work here. Feel the back body. Squeeze your shoulder blades, your glute, open your chest. That right arm could even come out a little wider so you can feel the chest open up. So nice. Kick up and back through your toes. And then bring it back in slowly. Place your foot down, bring your hands in prayer. That's it. Feel both feet on the ground. Reconnect with your breath. One more inhale and a complete exhale. And then we stand into the left leg. And we gotta do it like we mean it, right? Trust that leg, start bending the right knee. You reach back with the right hand and grab to the inside of your foot, which means your palm is facing out. You can grab your toe, your arch, your ankle, your shin. It's nice to grab the shin. And then we start to kick back. As you kick the leg back, you reach the arm forward. That's it. And there's equal amounts of pressure forward and back, a little bit of work in the back body, lift the crown of your head, and then pull it back in equally. The hand comes in as the knee comes in, and then we step it down. Good. Both feet on the ground, come back to your breath. Close your eyes for a moment, just feel your body, feel that pulsation of prana. Feel the sun on your skin or the cool breeze as it rolls over you. Present in this moment with your senses. And then we're going to slow it down. We're going to take a flow, but I really don't want you to rush. A longer, slower, deeper breath as the arms rise. And then exhale as you fold. Halfway lift on the in-breath. And then step it back to plank. We'll hold there for just a moment. Nice, Elizabeth. Good. Take one more inhale. Nice lift. And then we lower down on the exhale. Inhale for cobra. Gently on your spine. And then lower your chest back down and hold. Let the forehead touch down on the earth. That's it. So we're going to bend both knees. And to the best of your ability, reach back with both hands. See if you can make the bind. Now I know that you know the feeling, right? I know that you know the feeling of kicking back to open up the chest. So here's that final opportunity. We're going to try to keep the hip bones on the ground. So if your tailbone is sticking up because you were trying to make the bind, press the tailbone a little bit down, the pubis bone down, and then start to lift your chest and expand the back bend because your legs are so strong and they're kicking up and back. And there is a little assist here that you can do. You can actually grab somebody's forearms and you can help. You okay? You can help them stay down in their knees and lift their chest a little more if you feel brave. Take one more breath, and then slowly we come back down. Nicely done, let your feet. Oopsie, that's okay, that's my mic wire. All right, back down onto the belly. Soften the belly. Turn your head to one side. And go ahead and just wag your tail like a happy dog. Just like a little, shake. You can do it with your legs down or with your feet in the air. Some of you get better access if you let your feet flow from side to side. All right. So release your legs back down. And I want you to try to do this as simply as possible. Think about how you flip a pancake. Right? You just kind of turn over. You keep your head at the same end of the mat, your feet at the back end of the mat, and just turn yourself over onto your back. And as you lay onto your back, just say thank you for not making me do another vinyasa and then jump through and lay down. Yeah. All right, so go ahead and bend your knees. Feet flat on the mat. We're going to take one more opportunity to work the back body. For those of you that were having trouble getting the bind, and those of you that were having trouble sort of accessing the leg power, you're going to feel the leg power here in bridge pose. Press your arms down into the mat, lift your tailbone a little bit, and then lift from the hips, and see if you can get the whole back all the way to the shoulder blades to lift. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. You can actually clasp your hands together under your back, and the upper arm bones can help you push down into the earth. The whole foot, all 10 toes, and your heels pressing. Get the back body access. The chest rises toward the chin. And then you come on down slowly. Open up the arms. Lay your spine down. Lay your back down. Lay your tail down. That was really beautiful. Draw your knees into your belly. Squeeze it tight. Squeeze tight, 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 and then lift your head to your knees. And if you want to give someone a little push on their feet, you can do that. With your knees. And think with your knees. With your knees, put your knees on their feet and just give a little push. Yeah. And now I want you to lift the head, neck, and shoulders, and I also want you to lift the tailbone, and it's because you're pulling the belly in. And it's going to start to burn a little bit. And I want you to hold that position, but take your arms straight out. So you're not using your arm strength, you're using your core strength. Reach down past your hips, so your arms are right alongside your waist. Keep squeezing knees to chest, chest to knees, and don't stop breathing. Yeah, just for one more breath. Inhale big, and then squeeze tighter on that exhale. And then go ahead and lay your head down, put your feet down. Left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly. Turn the soles of your feet in toward each other and let your knees drop open and apart. Close your eyes and feel for your breath. That pulsation of life in your heartbeat. That feeling of vitality from all of the movement. The evidence that you witnessed of your own strength and your vulnerability. Just take it all in. Don't judge it. Some days are better on the mat than others, just like golf or anything else that you do, right? And just be with it for a moment. Feet are together, knees are wide open, so it's Supta Baddha Konasana. Yeah, some of you still have your legs straight out. And we're going to stay for 3 more breaths. Just meet yourself exactly where you are. And as you complete that 3rd and final breath, go ahead and draw your knees back up. Open your feet out wide to the edges of the mat, keeping the knees bent. And just let the knees drop in toward the center. Your heels can turn out slightly here, so it's not toes out, it's heels out wide and knees dropping in. Just a change of rotation in the hip and a widening of the lower back. So that place that you were feeling with your thumbs, I want you to feel that flat against the ground and breathing. And then go ahead and take both of your arms up and over the head, sort of softening and loosening the shoulder joint. Elbows can be a little bit bent. Let your arms rest on the ground. Open them wide, bend the elbows, yeah. And we're just going to take a few more breaths here. Now let's change the arm position out like a T, just straight out from the chest. Lift your feet off the mat and pull the knees toward the belly. We'll come into a spinal twist to the right. Let your hips and your knees go around to the right. And here you can help them find a balance between like a little press on the hip and maybe a little grounding on the shoulder. Equal press. And as your knees are going to your right, you turn your head to the left here. This would be a good time to get in and try assisting. Pick somebody. Give them a little grounding on their shoulder and a little bit of a push on their hip. That's it. And then we'll all bring our heads back toward the center. Bring the knees back to the center. And then take them over to the other side. So take your time making that transition. We come through the middle and wind it around to the other side. As your legs and your hips are going left, your gaze goes right. Equal press on the head of the shoulder bone, right? Like on the head of the humerus, on the hip bone. Like right on the hip bone. I mean, you're not trying to stretch the IT band, you're trying to rotate the hip around a little bit. And we'll just take another breath here. And then bring your head back to the center. Bring your knees back to the center. Give your knees a good squeeze. You can rock a little bit from side to side. Just take care of your lower back for a moment. This is like a massage into the earth. Rounding the back and rolling around just a little bit. Go ahead and find center and open the knees a little wider. Take a moment in Happy Baby, but know that we didn't do a lot of hip openings, so this is like a counter. It's an opportunity to soften the groins. It doesn't have to be the biggest or the deepest stretch that you've ever done. Maybe you reach for your ankles or your feet. The legs are wide, the knees are soft, and the legs feel heavy. If it feels like your feet are pushing into your hands, they're going the wrong way. You don't want to push into your hands. You want your hands to gently encourage your legs down toward the mat. And you breathe. Make sure the knees are bent here. The top of the leg bone is what's sinking. I'm just going to hold that for another moment. And then release your feet and let them float straight up into the sky. Let go of your feet, let them float right up in the air. You can even wedge your hand under your tailbone if it's hard to hold the legs up. And we're just going to try our best to relax the feet, the ankles, the knees. Put 1 or 2 inches between your feet so that they're not touching. There is a softness in the knee and there's a sinking of the leg bone. So this is not effortful. It feels a little more like effortless. And we're just going to keep the back flat and we're just going to let the body invert mildly.
There's magic here, I can feel it coming through the cracks. I can hear it sing through the song of creation. Feel my fingertips painting mirrors to the people that will be shadows.
How about 3 more breaths here? Soft and easy breath. slowly start to bend your knees. Let the soles of your feet return to the mat. Right knee pulls into the belly. Left leg extends out long. A gentle push and a pull. This is a place where you could actually push a little bit on their bent leg or help them straighten the other leg. Come on, guys, get in there. This is not observation. This is assist. Yeah. It's gentle. It's gentle. Just encourage a little push on the bent leg and a little more straight on the extended leg.
A cycle closing, yeah, there's no going back once the truth is spoken. I'm ready for the answer. I deliver voices from my heart, send down the river. Peel it back
And then we'll go ahead and switch to the other side.
so simple, just
Watch. You guys.
it's gonna be alright. Just breathe.
Is that okay? You're welcome. So we just want to give a little assist.
Just breathe.
The straight leg is really straight and pushing out. The bent one is hugging in. And then one more time, pull both knees into the belly. We're going to change up the energy here. Just hold the knees lightly. Try not to squeeze too much. Instead, push the tailbone down. Yes, just push the tailbone down. You'll feel a little resistance by holding the knees. You'll feel the core kind of flatten you out. And we'll just stay there for one more breath. And as you release the hold on your knees, you can extend your legs all the way out and down. As we surrender into our final resting pose, Shavasana. And allow the simplicity of the pose to actually be enough. Let's really slowly begin to awaken. Maybe one little breath at a time, one little movement at a time. In your own way, you start to stretch and move so that you can find your way to your seat. And yeah, maybe turn around. I like your faces. Yeah. So how are we feeling? We okay? Yeah, good? Good to touch new places. Hopefully we were gentle. Let's sit up really tall, which would be a sign that the practice worked well. Is that if you can kind of hold your posture and your back body feels okay, just take a moment. A little gratitude for the fire rescue workers and a little prayer maybe for the person in the back. Yeah, I don't think that we actually give enough grace to that moment. When they get called, it's the worst day of somebody's life, right? So just open your heart just a little bit, just to that idea. And then count your blessings. Bring your hands together at the heart. We'll close the practice with the beautiful and sacred sound of Om. Take a deep breath in. Om. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Perfect Peace. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May the actions of my life and all of our lives somehow contribute to that happiness and to that freedom for all. So there is a chance that maybe one day we all may know peace, peace, perfect peace. Namaste.